sarà anche quello del vicino
Hello from San Jose. You hear us?
We do, Stefano. Thank you.
Okay. Hi, Ned.
Can you turn the volume up a little bit?
Good morning. Okay. Okay, if you're ready, I would like first of all to welcome everybody here. This very important event is part of the program of Mr. Ambassador Ron Spogli about partnering for growth in Italy. And this is a very important event connecting the entrepreneur with the financial world. And we, as a CISCO, were simply hosting it. We want to be to act as a bridge for who wants to make innovation and trying to enable and to connect different worlds that want to talk and to create new business and new opportunity. Mr. Ambassador.
Thank you very much, Stefano, and again, thanks to CISCO for hosting both sides of this gathering today. And I would also like to recognize TV Blob for providing the technology that makes the video quality so clear. I'd like to keep my comments particularly brief today in order to maximize the audience's time with the wonderfully diverse group of panelists that we have assembled today, both here and in Silicon Valley. I think that they together represent the key elements of the Silicon Valley new venture ecosystem and the new venture ecosystem in Italy. As many of you know, we have been working now for about a year and a half on a program that we have called the Partnership for Growth, where the fundamental aspect of the program has been to try to make a contribution to the stimulation of a new dynamic ecosystem in Italy. And obviously, one of the essential intangible ingredients of a dynamic economy is abundant entrepreneurial risk-taking. I can say that with some degree of personal commitment, because for 30 years before becoming the U.S. Ambassador here in Italy, for 30 years I was someone in California involved in a business which was characterized by significant risk-taking. So what I would like to do today is to share with you two stories that illustrate, I think, the importance of risk-taking, and secondly, then to pose a challenge for those of us who are assembled here today in Monza. The first story. The very first individual that came to Italy to help us begin the efforts on the Partnership for Growth. He helped us scout the technology and the research being done at Italian universities, was Michael Eldridge, who at that time in late 1975, in late 2005, early 2006, was the executive director of the Stanford University Networking Research Center. Now, Michael since then has followed the startup call and has jumped to the web-based company Fuzz Artists. Mike provided us with some useful insights, as I mentioned, regarding the importance of having such things as entrepreneurs in residence in technology parks and university innovation centers. And we are beginning to implement some of those recommendations with the assistance of our partners here in Italy. Like many Silicon Valley entrepreneurs, Mike has held a number of jobs. From 1983 to 1990, he was computing department manager and senior systems researcher at Stanford. Among other things, and I think this is very important to listen to these words carefully because we're talking about 1984, not the book, but the time frame. But Mike said Mike had a job which involved the following. supervised a technical team in creation, implementation, and support of operating systems, networking, and routing capabilities. Way before the internet was even open to the public, university and government research groups like the one that Mike was involved in had to create and build much of the equipment that they needed, things like routers, protocols, and software. One day in 1984, a member of Mike's team, Kirk Lougheed, and a married couple from another department, Len Bosak and Sandy Lerner, came into Mike's lab and announced that they were forming a company to standardize and sell the network routers. They admired Mike's work and asked him if he would like to join them and a couple of others as they launch a brand new business to make the new network equipment. At the time, Mike thought, there are many technologies that might become commercially viable, but what is the market for routers? Only research labs and universities. So he said no, and therefore did not become the 5th employee at CISCO. Now, this spring, a good friend of mine, the president of Stanford University, came to Italy and with our group at the embassy put on a terrific program where he talked about the importance of the relationship between university research and the ability to create new business activities. And one of the things that John Hennessy said then, I think is very appropriate to mention now. He said, not taking a risk is sometimes the biggest risk you can take. Second story. This one starts in April of 1999, when our Foreign Commercial Services section at the United States Embassy in Rome organized a trip for Italian technology entrepreneurs to the Internet World Show, which was held that year in Silicon Valley. Italian partners helping to organize the trip were CommerceNet and the software association Asintel. One participant made a decisive jump during that trip. He decided to put his corporate headquarters in the heart of Silicon Valley. Now his open source software can push email, contacts, and calendars to more than 1.5 billion mobile users. On November 14, his company was identified as one of the top 200 global software firms by the industry leader Red Herring magazine. Yes, I'm talking about Fabrizio Capobianco, the CEO of Funambol, who was scheduled to be with us today, but because of some plane difficulties, was not able to make it here today. So those are the two stories. And so now finally, here is the risk opportunity that I would like all of you here in Monza to consider. Join me in Silicon Valley on January 10 and 11. Meet in person the people who helped create the Silicon Valley ecosystem. Take your venture to the next level. The Business Association Italy America, BAIA, and the Silicon Valley Italian Executive Council will help ensure that during those 2 days you learn what you need to know to make the right decision for you and for your company. Inside your packet today is a form that you can use to express your interest in participating in this trip, or you can go to the BAIA website to sign up. And remember John Hennessy's words, not taking a risk can perhaps be the biggest risk of all. Now let me turn over the program to our moderator, Matteo Fabiano in San Jose. Thank you very much.